that's going on. Just to make sure that I don't think we have too many threads going, but just to make sure that we remember the most important story beats.
Well, outside of the vaults, I think the main one is the mayor's daughter.
Mhm.
Uh, we know that the creature haunting her is in the vaults somewhere.
How do you know that?
We
Well, I believe we have learned that description of so-called citizen of Length. None of those are around Ottardo. Probably.
I thought we had like some clue
No,
that it
wait,
was.
wait. Yeah, we found a guy with one hand in the pantry of the taverns. He actually told us the matching disc, or we connected the dots with. I
And
forgot her name, but the mayor's daughter.
yeah, I mean, we know it's a citizen of Leng. I don't know if we are 100% certain it's in the vault or if it's elsewhere, but we know it's probably not in town. I think is what we were assuming.
And otherwise, we are on a level that seems to be filled with devils. We fought a few, and we are. Well, I guess we were kind of stalled because we were waiting for Lucca to be back to be able to speak with these creatures instead of just bashing them.
Meanwhile, we have a few tools like just as Lucca running to it, or well, she totally ran to get to fetch Lucca. Yeah, that's
Yes.
what was happening.
um, there's a roving spellcasting wisp, which is a real pain in the ass. We know that. um, yeah.
Room where we
There's also we know we have a name for one of the devils. I can't find it right now, but the devil who was at the forge said that he was crafting weapons for someone else. Or we assumed it was another devil.
fragment of Vivian.
Yes, we found a few pendants or fragments of pendants.
Hmm.
I think we have like 2 or 3 now, maybe. And I think,
Urevian.
and we think that all of those match the big infernal door.
Oh, that's right. There's a door that we have to find all the pieces to. Okay.
And there's some other stuff that we still haven't resolved, like the witch fire. And by the way, I think Ottardo is still on fire from that. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, he still
Oh,
has the condition.
what fire?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he has
this
the witch
eerie,
flame.
yeah, it's this eerie, ghostly fire that doesn't actually burn hot to the touch. But and this is a poison dart frog. That's awesome. Thanks, Anderson. Good job.
Broken in our J3.
Can you close the door behind you? Um, and yeah, so it doesn't. You can't actually feel that, but I think you already noticed what effect it has on you, right? Other than
Uh,
giving you an eerie appearance.
I don't think Ottardo has felt anything uh negative so far. Well, I
feel
can
like
see
you have
I
taken
can
fire damage
Luca
yeah
knows what it
before.
does.
Oh, okay.
I can see the condition says weakness 5, but I think so far Ottardo has not taken fire damage.
I felt like he did. Okay, well, anyway. But yeah, it definitely gives you a very eerie presence. And you have not been able to shake it yet. But you have found out that it's a curse.
Yes, which
Fury and
mm, and Augrael had tried to do the remove curse ritual and it didn't work out.
It did not indeed. Okay, yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. Maybe just a quick recap of the level so far. You said that there were a bunch of devils. You mentioned the witchfire. Do you remember any other of the encounters? Because I remember that you
There
opened a bunch of doors and didn't follow through necessarily with all of them.
there were two creatures. There was one a door to the south with some invisible creature, I think, and the one directly north above it had some big dragon thingy, bones
Oh,
dragon.
creature resembling a
Mhm.
which was speaking in Infernal or something, the dragon? There was some
Well,
reason you guys.
they were speaking in a tongue that we do not understand,
Oh.
and we are hoping that it is something that Lucca can handle.
moment we ambushed.
Right. Exactly. Luca was very interested in going to meet that thing. That's right.
All right, yeah. So I believe that's where we left off. You had barely fended off the spellcasting wisp. Was kind of hard to tell for a little while because it is naturally invisible and you couldn't be entirely certain if it was gone or not. But it's now been a while that it has not popped back up to electrocute you, so you're reasonably sure that it's gone. Um, yeah, I'll leave it to you if we want to jump right back in, or if you would want to track back, and we'll join the party the next day, whatever you decide.
Uh,
I
just just remember, Luca now has spirit sense, so he can
Oh, right.
detect the presence of anything with a soul, living or dead. As if it's, I think, what, within 60 feet, and it just has the hidden condition, but he can
Right.
still sense its presence.
And remind me, we had been talking about what it means regarding stealth and stuff, and I believe we had decided that there's no non-magical way to hide the
Hmm.
presence, right? Yeah, that's, I
Yeah,
believe,
it
what we
has it has the hidden condition, which basically just means he knows what square it's in, but it still has, but it it's still hidden. It has all the qualities of being hidden.
yeah,
He
and
can
it
just
can't do
sense.
any, and it can't. What I was saying is that it can't use stealth, for example, to hide
Right,
itself from that sense, because it would have
right.
to have some other sort of way of hiding its soul to be able to do that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, Luca, you definitely confirm it, but since you're the only one who can sense that presence, it might take the others a while longer to trust this new ability that you apparently have. So yeah, do we want to jump right back in, or do we want to skip ahead a little bit?
What's your
but I do think we'd need like 1 or 2 hours of healing up.
we can track them back to a higher level.
Well,
Apparently, we
I was, yes, I
we
was badly injured in that fight, but I actually almost used none of my spell casting because none of my spells did anything to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can I guess backtrack up a little bit and
Okay, that works for me. So you back up to the level with the laboratories, and uh, spend an hour is what I hear you say. Is that right?
Yeah, let me just double check. I think 1 hour should be. Yeah, that should
I
be
don't
enough
know.
to get Ottardo up to full.
I don't know if
Okay.
Souma could repair some of Lucca's bones or help replace them
Let's try that.
as soon as she finishes retching.
Suddenly it went away.
Yeah, it's the I removed the second condition because eventually you're gonna stop dry heaving.
You can do it every 10 minutes.
Yes, I took.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's pretty good for me. I'm just down 1 hit point. I know, you know, obviously Matt's not here, but Augrael is also hurt, so I don't know if it's worth taking the time to heal him up. Lucca will
Yeah.
also spend the time refocusing. Does that actually restore my focus pull or not when I click that? No, it doesn't. Okay. Nice.
Yes. What do I need to click? Oh, apply healing. Yes. Ooh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that he looks much better.
Did we have any items that we had to identify in on our persons? I'm not seeing anything unidentified for me. I don't know why I'm carrying around a chunk of silver, but I oh, and adamantine. I guess that was
Yeah, we
oh,
looted that
weapon,
one.
the forge. The forge, right? Oh, I know why I've got those. Okay. Man,
Or so.
I used a lot of my spell cast. Well, a lot of my healing ability. Right, and during this time while we're resting, Lucca will try to explain to the others his soul sight, saying that if we are going to be facing threats like this from now on, then I will have to keep my eyes a little more closely peeled. And you can see like this dim glowing embers just burning in the back of his sockets at all times. It used to only kind of flare up when he was using see invisibility, but now it's just like dimly glowing there at all times.
Very
And
cool.
he's been mulling it over a little bit, but he while we're resting, he'll also turn to Ottardo and he'll say, the affliction that you are currently under the effects of this ghost fire curse. There's something you ought to know, considering the nature of the foes and the fiends we are facing on this this level, perhaps further down as well. It seems that it may be latent or nascent for the time being, but if you're exposed to fire, it will well up and and will only cause you further harm. I just thought you should know that for your own safety.
Well, that is good to know. Do you think you'd have a way of removing it?
Well, it is unfortunately a a curse. The magic which placed it upon you is already dissipated, so I can't simply dispel it.
Hmm.
However, there is. You said we tried. Did we try remove curse on him? Is that what you said?
Right? But
Augrael did.
It was a ritual. Cleanse of is it cleanse affliction? Is that what it's called now?
No, I
Or
think
that-
Augrael did a proper ritual and uh not a spell because he doesn't have spells.
Right. I guess
Uh,
I don't even know what that ritual is then,
mm.
but uh,
He had a very specific ability that would let him do it. I'll look at his sheet.
um. So Lucca, would you say it's fair that Lucca would be aware of cleanse affliction?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Okay, it's a second level spell. It's on his list. Um, yeah, he would explain to Ottardo. I am not gifted with that specific spell, but I do believe it is something we may be able to acquire. Perhaps a scroll of, or you'll have to wait until I level up. um, but until I gain more experience, perhaps I could experiment with the magics. These strange healing magics that course through my veins. These lethal healing magics. But uh, the uh, the point is, you may have to simply mind your step for the time being. But if we can get our hands on a scroll, then I do believe I should be able to perform the magic for you.
Well, I guess it might be worth a try to see if Rin has any such scroll.
Indeed, I was thinking just such a thing. Or perhaps failing that, what's his name at the bookstore? Mm,
Morabend.
Morlibent, yes. Certainly not anything at the library. We all know that they can't help you there.
Well, they tried.
Oh, did they really?
Uh,
we showed Ottardo. Perplexed.
I don't think I was personally there for that session, but did they essentially already try to cast cleanse affliction on
She
him?
can't. She can't
Yeah,
because
she's
to actually counteract the curse, you would have to use the heightened spell level 4, a spell rank
Oh.
4. So
Oh, attempt to
she could
counteract the
only,
affliction.
yeah,
All it
yep.
does is suppress it, right?
Well, move it
Normally?
down one step, but this curse doesn't have steps, so it doesn't. There's nothing she can do, and she
I
tried.
see. So we would have to get like a so we would have to get a 4th level version of it. That might be more difficult to acquire a scroll of, but we will have to see what we can do.
Yeah, so gloomy situation for Kotaro, feeling these effects of the curse that don't really seem to affect you, but it's just the fact of I would imagine the mental toll it takes of being under a curse effect that you can so visibly see, um, and you're not sure if what Luca is telling you is really all there is to it. Maybe there's something that even Luca doesn't know about it, and it's just leaves you very uneasy that there's, I mean, some hope there is a way out of this, but it's out of reach for you just now, especially in a backwater town like Otari.
hmm.
Um, but there is nothing you can do about it right now. So what do you do next?
Well, we are patched up. I guess it is time to go and maybe speak with whatever strange creatures are on this level.
All right.
Back in with come back in peace.
Okay.
Break curse.
Yeah, that's a feat that Augrael took. That's why he was able to do this. Okay, so you descend one level to convince the devils that live here or linger here or dwell here that you come in peace, and you wade through the remains of the many horribly flesh-warped slug-like creatures that you have slain here before, and head towards the end of that hallway. Find the right background here. There we are.
What is that?
Hmm.
Oh, is that like a tensor's is that a floating disk type thing?
Oh,
Legally,
right.
legally distinct floating disc.
Yeah, I think it's called Carry All now.
Yeah, carry all.
I summoned it, but apparently it can carry only.
What? Why? Because of the weight?
So because I think it can carry only.
Small
Not
3 or 4.
platform, 2 feet in diameter, 5 bulk.
I've Vulcan that else is here. I don't remember what we.
Well, I think it has an inventory, so you can just put the things on it. All right. Yes. So you find yourself at the end of this hallway again. Those 3 doors where you hadn't been able to make a whole lot of progress. To give you a quick note. Ooh, they changed a lot about how this is laid out. Give me a second here. Yeah, so the door to the east, as you may remember, looks like a cell door, and it has a note affixed over a small sliding grate at eye level. And it is written in common, in Sakroth, and in Diabolic. And it seems to be the same message in each of these languages. And it says, "Do not disturb if you value your limbs." To the south, there's a set of double doors, and to the north as well.
So look at the invisible creature was to the south, and to the north you have the dragon bones thing.
Let's try the dragon bones, because well, I have done a little bit of you know tinkering with my magic, and some of it has well, I've taken my the see ability sorry the see the unseen spell, and I have managed to rework it into this sort of soul sight. That is to say that I can't actually see the unseen at the moment. I can just sense the general presence of the thing, so I won't be able to tell you much about it. Souma, though, seems to have that base covered.
Had one.
Ah, well, then let's ignore the invisible creatures for the time being, and
Maybe if we ignore
focus on
them,
the one that...
that thing went away,
Yes,
right?
that's generally how it works. So, Ottardo? Lucca generously gestures for him to take the lead. Oh, there you go.
You open the door and reveal once again this plain stone chamber beyond, which has another set of double doors on the north wall. and you see tiny carvings covering the east and the west walls. But of course, what immediately draws your attention is the quite impressive large creature that is lingering here. It's a little big for a small chamber like that, and it's kind of like blocking access to these double doors behind it, almost as if it was guarding it. And as you open the doors, it looks up, and its bony, demonic-looking skull with the glowing eyes darts from one to the other, and I mean, it has this permanent grin on its face, but it almost feels like it's widening as it calls out to you in diabolic. And it says, "Who are you? If you are no one."
It says what? Who are you if you are no one?
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you.
Uh,
And it starts to like sway to the sides and just tilt its head and eye you curiously.
Lucca will clear his non-existent throat and he'll say back in diabolic, uh greetings, oh great ossified terror. Uh, my name is Lucca, and I am most certainly not no one. Who, may I ask, do I address?
It cackles when you say that you are not no one, and it spreads its wings wide, and it says, "Behold, Iagian. Tell me, Lucca, when your soul is consumed, do you consume yourself?" And it takes a step towards you, moving its head
Oh
awfully
dear.
close to your face and just staring at your eyes, expecting an answer, clearly.
Lucca ponders that for a moment, and he says in diabolic, my soul has already been consumed, in a sense, and it has been spat back out into this realm. And I, perhaps, have been, shall we say, self-consuming in the process. For there is very little of my former life which I can recall, though perhaps that too is getting spat back out, bit by bit.
Nah. And it growls, and it kind of like you get the sense that it's almost trying to look through your eyes into your skull, and it's going back and forth, side to side, and then it just growls disappointedly as you speak, and it says, "Bah, this one's been spoken for." Bah, it says, and it throws up one of its claws, and just kind of like makes a gesture for you to just kind of clear off, and it backs away towards the door, building itself back up, and it says, "Leave me be, or have your mortal shell consumed."
If I might linger for but a moment in your terrific presence, Iagi, is that what he said his name was?
Iagian. I'll give you
Iagian?
there.
Iagian. Says, it seems that you are in search of something. Perhaps it is something that I and my companions may be able to acquire for you.
No, and he growls once again, and it seems like he's getting even bigger, and the room seems to be getting smaller, and you feel like you're shrinking almost as it like bellows out and says, "You have given yours away already. What I seek is no longer yours to give." Now scram or be forever destroyed.
Lucca will kind of mumble to Ottardo. I'll be like, close the door, close the door.
What happened there?
Well, it seems that our new acquaintance Iagian is seeking a mortal soul to consume. He wasn't particularly interested in mine since, well, it's already been through the ringer, so to speak. It's clear that whatever soul he does take, it must be given voluntarily. He can't simply, for example, throw someone to him and let him consume the soul. It seems that he wants it offered to him. You know how devils are.
Hmm.
Can we continue?
Well, he seems very grumpy, and unless we have a soul, I think it's quite likely he will try to attack us, or at least unless we have a soul to offer. That is. I suspect he wants nothing but to consume. Terribly unfortunate. Difficult to reach any kind of an agreement with creatures such as that.
Do you have any idea of what that creature might be?
Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if I do. Can I make a check?
Sure, the religion or the lore, if have anything applicable, I believe you do.
I certainly have devil lore.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I mean, let's see. Technically, the religion is one higher, but I assume devil lore is more specific, so I'll just roll
Yes,
that.
definitely want to roll devil lore. I mean, as we said, we're gonna use the roll and then go with that.
If it's
Okay.
not a great roll, I would use my hero point.
Okay, I'll re-roll that for you. Okay, that is very good. So you recognize it as what is commonly known as a bone devil, but the more scholarly name for it would be an Ossiluth. They are unparalleled inquisitors that revel in the sadism and torture for which hell is so well known. Their charge is to seek out heresies, both among mortals and among other fiends, which is something that they just love doing. Um,
I wonder what is considered heretical to a devil.
that's really not for the Iagians for the Oceloths to decide. They're charged with it, and they're almost immoral beings in that sense that they don't really care about
I mean, I
which
guess
heresy was.
Osmodius has a whole church. I guess you could have a heresy to that. But anyway.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so he doesn't, or they don't make that decision. All they care about is the torment and the torture itself. Um, they're clearly devils, fiends, unholy, and you can ask me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow, I must have rolled very. I clearly know quite a bit about it.
to look,
I
yeah,
have encountered these in the past in
you,
certain other
you
realms.
you fell one short of critically succeeding, so almost just handing you the stat block here.
Right. Let's see. I mean, if anyone else has questions they want to ask about the creature, you can also, I'm sure I'll gladly use one of those questions for that. But I'll start off by asking, I guess, any like I mean, I already know. I'm sure it already has the normal devil resistances and weaknesses and stuff. But like, is there anything special above and beyond that?
I'll tell you. It's immunities and resistances here. So
Sure.
fire immunity, resistant to physical 10 except silver, and resistant to poison 10.
Okay. I guess any like particular special abilities, like offensive abilities.
Yes. So they are known for being able to deliver a very particular kind of venom through their strikes. Nope, sorry. Through a stinger, which you've seen, or if
Right.
you saw the
Yeah.
artwork,
So
they kind of have a
that makes
scorpion-like
sense.
stinger, so they can use that to deliver a particularly potent venom. And there are more, but I'll count each one as a question. So if you want to have another one, that'll count as your third question.
Can we have a guess at the creature's level?
I guess at the creature's level.
Would that be a potential question before asking it? In other words, do we think it would be suicidal to face it?
Yeah, relative to the party.
Relative to the party, it is a formidable foe to face for sure, but it's not out of the imaginable to win. Let's say that it would be challenging, but not impossible.
Counts for Ottardo.
I mean, Augrael would be in the encounter, so let me see what the exact encounter math would say. Yeah, you'd feel comfortable taking this thing on if you had to.
Why am I already in initiative?
Because that tells me what kind of threat level it is.
What about magical abilities? Can it cast spells at all or anything like that?
Yes, it can cast spell. However, some of those could be used offensively, because it is, it loves inflicting pain of some sort. But most of them are more on the like inquisitors sort of side of things.
Like gain information from people
Gaining
or
information, making sure that people speak the truth, that they, kind of keeping them in
right.
place, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So in combat, most of their spells would probably not be very helpful. Let's say that.
Okay. Is that one more question or is that it?
I think that is the last one now. And by that I mean you have one last one.
Oh, we have one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyone else have anything?
Nope.
For Ottardo. Well, I mean, how do you feel bringing the light of the Dawnflower back to that room? And by bringing the light of the Dawnflower, I mean killing the devil with you.
I'm really curious what he was here for in the first place, but he doesn't seem particularly chatty.
We can make an assumption. Other devils we found there, but
Yes, but like, for what purpose? To achieve what? What end?
there were double doors behind him.
He's just there to guard the double door. You don't summon a devil like that just to guard some doors. But whatever.
Delcora summoned a devil to lick an entire dungeon level. So
Yeah, but that was just a Beelzebub. That's really all they're good for. So
Uh,
don't
But,
underestimate
well,
that woman.
I mean, I think because Luca, you are what is your proficiency in devil lore? Is it expert at this point?
oh, I think it's just trained.
Okay, then never mind.
Never mind. Yeah, I'm sure it was here to deal with some potential heretic, we'll if we wish to do battle with this thing, we could attempt it, but do keep in mind it's hefty resistances. We may be better off preparing ourselves a little bit
uh,
before
as,
charging.
as you say that, Ottardo sheathes his flick mace and draws his hatchet, which is made of silver.
As preparing, Souma starts like unloading her backpack in carry-all platform. Just start taking out vials and vials, various things that she has in there. So okay, uh, Lucas, Retardo, Augrael, any one of you can drink things. So and take your pick.
Oh, okay. I guess you guys are feeling up for this. All right. Um,
Hmm.
I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe the Bravos brew, but I don't think anything else here is gonna really benefit me.
Dragon's breath bush. Therefore, we already know that.
It is immune to fire, which means that most of my damaging spells will not be very effective against it. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Well,
Hmm.
well, for that case, and someone like plucks another vial from her thing, I can
Don't you
offer
dare hand me
you
a crossbow.
an ask.
It grumbles as he like takes the flask from her. How do I?
I imagine like
Is there some
everybody
way?
getting ready, Ottardo pulling out that silvery hatchet, everyone checking their gear, and then so much is handing Luca this comically small acid flask and like, you can do something too.
I have 3 of them. Simon can.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if there's any way I can grab that.
Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, I think there's a give action or something convoluted like that, but I'll just pull it over to your character. Does that work? Hand
Give?
over, move. There we go.
Is that a thing I can add to my sheet?
I think there is something.
First Pathfinder. Button to.
Yeah, there's some way to do it, but never mind. I just moved it over to your sheet.
Okay. I guess I could. I mean, I'm probably better. Does anyone want the Bravos brew?
Do you think the creature will
Attempt fear or
be?
things? I mean,
Hmm.
it could in theory. It's a devil. It tries to like. It's an inquisitor. It tries to scare people. Maybe I don't know. Oh, I mean, I have a pretty good will save, so I don't know if I'm the best person to take it, but
Ottardo's feeling ready.
okay. All right, then I'll just hang on to my one acid flask.
Well, you can take.
Uh, that's quite all right, Soma. Thank you for the offer.
In that case,
I said most of my damaging spells would be negated, not all of them.
start drinking some. Now she feels ready. And I think I... There you go. Now I'm ready.
I'm just swapping the wands I'm holding. Don't worry about me. Okay. I suppose I'm ready.
So,
Well,
kick open the door. The devil once again snarls and pulls himself up to his full, very impressive size. And it just growls.
Lucca will quickly blurt out one more thing, which is, before we commence to killing you, there's no chance you would just let us through those doors, is there?
Never. And then we'll see what happens. I can roll for everyone here because there's no special initiative to consider. And then we will just start with,
Shit.
oops. Start
A good
with,
initiative roll for once.
what's going on here? Come on, Augrael, there we go. All right, Augrael is starting well. Everyone's been pretty clear about what the intentions are here, so I would think that he is not going to miss his moment. And he's gonna run on inside, choop, into this corner, and readies a strike, hoping that somebody's gonna offer up a flank for him. And then it's Lucca's turn.
I'm gonna pop this off while the room is still relatively empty, so I'm not gonna risk anyone else. I think I can put it like right there and only get him. And he needs to make a fortitude save against Whispers of the Void as Lucca immediately begins calling upon other powers. He says he knows that he can't fight this thing with diabolic might, but there's other forces to tap into, and so he brings whispers of this thing's inevitable doom to its own ears.
Oh, and you can see it go like, what is this? What is this fall magic? Okay, and it seems to be affected by it.
Awesome. So it
So-
will take 48 persistent void damage and is drained 1.
Okay, yeah. So you see it like kind of twitch every now and then and dart around. It seems to be very distracted and seemingly under pain.
I have a final action, which I'll use to throw out Embrace the Pit because there might be some fire damage here. I don't know, and that will be my turn as the horns grow out of Lucca's head.
Okay. Next turn is the devil itself, and yeah, so it's already like is quite surprised to be attacked like this. Clearly, it's so arrogant that it didn't expect you to do this. And what it's going to do, I just want to see that I do this right in terms of the affected area. Yeah. It where it's standing right now, like I said, it had built itself up to its full height, but it quickly drops down and then it lashes out with its tail. in a 15-foot cone. So that will affect Ottardo, Lucca, and Soma, all of you. And I'll need you to make a reflex save as the
Oh, dear.
bony tail with the stinger on it comes sweeping at you. Lucca, you dodge it immediately. So does Ottardo. And oh wow, you saw it coming, even though Lucca didn't mention any of this. And then it comes actually sweeping back around one more time.
What? Again?
Yep, it's just a single action, so why not do it twice? It doesn't have any traits that don't let it do that. Ooh, nice. So those who failed, that's Ottardo. It knocks you prone, and so Soma, it also no, wait, Lucca critical failed, sorry. Soma, I take that back. It knocks you prone, Lucca. And then you being on the floor, it's now it's pulling itself back up to its full height, and you being on the ground makes it tower over you, makes it seem much more imposing than it is already, and it comes smashing down with one of its claws. Trying to decide because I mean, Ottardo would be the more attractive target, being a clearly holy creature. I believe you have a holy trait at this point, do you? Yes.
Yep.
So that would draw its attention, but it also is very angry at this, pile of bones here that he warned to leave him in peace. So apparently he has it in for Lucca. He'll target you and then brings down a claw, but misses by 1. Oh,
How?
man.
Did you roll a natural 1? My God.
Hey, wait, so you're off guard? Is that because you're prone?
It's because I'm
Yep.
prone.
Yeah, so that's the same effect. Gotcha. I actually did roll a natural 1, yes.
Oh, wow.
That's the only thing that saved me, because a 2 you would have hit. I mean, the
And that
22 did hit.
That would have definitely hurt. All right, so here we then it as soon as it does it, it misses. It spasms in pain as it gets this ongoing damage and then tries to recover but fails.
Ooh.
Soma.
For level would have
Target his fortitude saves if you can. Oh, perfect. It is a fortitude save.
Okay, let's see. That is a success. So it is slowed 1 for 1 round. Okay. All right. Ottardo.
We'll spend 1 action to stand back up. Yeah, and then he will use his defensive advance to raise his shield. Right?
Okay, and as soon as you offer a flank, Augrael will take his readied action to target the thing and strike with the middle class bastard, but misses by quite a bit. But
Nice.
Ottardo hits. And does 11 points of damage, which turn into 21 as his
Oof.
striking, as its silver holy weapon. No, actually, yes, the silver holy weapon hurts the creature immensely, and it like it roars in pain. It notices the weapon, almost shies away from it. Yeah, you definitely have its undivided attention now. I believe that's your turn.
Yep.
So with a ready action, does Augrael move in initiative, or does he just take his
No.
turn now?
No,
Okay.
it's his turn now. Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, so he is still flanking, so he'll use that opportunity and strike once, hitting for 30
Oh.
points of
Ooh.
damage. 20 of which come through because it's not great, of course. Doing another one, missing, and then oh, I forgot that he likes to do the recall knowledge thing. So I will do. Why did it just zoom in? I will do a recall, use religion, and that's a success. So I'll figure out what that means on his next turn because I think that won't come into effect until his next turn. All right, Lucca.
Lucca will spend an action, rising back up from the ground, his bones kind of floating back into place, and he is going to say, "Normally I do that after you hit me." Well, I suppose you did. Unprone, and then he is going to. I don't know. Yeah, this is a thematic time to do this. So, Lucca is going to pick himself up and look at this thing, kind of like squaring up with Ottardo, and he starts to chuckle as he says, "Yes, you see that glint on the edge of the axe there? That is a weapon designed specifically to destroy you. And it will, my friend, it will." As he is going to cast Implement of Destruction.
No, it can't be. I won't let it. And he saves. So the target weapon deals an addition. Oh, wait, why did I save?
He does have to make a will save, so he succeeded.
Oh, it's one enemy and one weapon. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, gotcha. Wow, that's very cool. Very spot on for this situation. Yeah. So that's his reaction. It's like I won't let her, and he puts on a brave face.
No. It just, because it's a success, it just means that the weapon will deal an additional 2d6 mental damage the first time it hits the enemy.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
But that's my turn, yeah.
Okay, and then it's his turn, and or its turn, and it will focus all of its attention on Ottardo. Clearly, the biggest threat here, and it will start by tail sweeping you. So give me a real reflex save.
Okay.
Ooh, all right. And Lucca, you're also within the cone, so please do. Actually, so well, no, I can't do all of you, but I can do Lucca and Ottardo. Which is a little weird, but okay.
the
So you
tail.
both, yeah, you guys both go whoop, and then he brings down one of his claws, striking you hard. 23 points of damage.
23. Okay.
And he lashes out with the stinger, but misses. Critically misses. Oh, you're right.
Again.
Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so that's his turn then. He'll take the damage. Once again, 21 points as spasms of pain go through him, but then he manages to shake it off. And it's Souma's turn.
He's no longer drained, by the way.
All right.
Let's
Oh wait, is he?
that he will, his next round will be last. So use my formerly known heroic inspiration position to cast courage.
Nice.
performance check. I think most of us.
I think it's based on our level, so level-based DC for 8.
Yeah.
For level 8, that's 24. So that's a success.
Rest will
Oh, highest will DC. Oh, usually it's okay. Will DC for Ottardo is 22.
23 for Augrael.
Wait, it's the will
Yeah.
DC? Gosh. And you have to beat it to cast the spell on us?
No. It's just for making it more potent or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
20. It's 25 for Lucca. I don't know if you're.
it is a success. So that bonus from
Okay.
Inspire Courage increases by 2 plus 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can we do that somehow with the status bonus here? I can edit it.
You can edit it in.
Does it give me a way to make it a +2 then?
I think we each individually have to do it.
Oh, and under the rules tab, I +2, turn the 1 into a 2.
I don't see the rule. I only have description and details.
Oh, that's probably a GM thing then.
Oh,
So you
Then
only
I
get
guess-
+1 then?
Oh well.
No,
Well, we
is
can
that
just
all?
keep it in mind.
Yeah.
And the thing that we spoke about last time. The chunk of silver.
Ooh, yes.
There is actually a fortissimo composition effect that I will put on everyone.
Oh, okay.
And it even differentiates between success and critical success.
Ooh.
Did Soma get that too? You're supposed to get it, okay. All right. And then you firing a chunk of silver at it. Nice. Good thinking. So let's see the attack. And it hits. Wow, that is 5 points of damage because it didn't count, because obviously it
Not the
didn't know
silver.
that that was silver. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna make that the full 15. Wow. It's in bad shape already, clearly. I believe that's your turn. And then it's Ottardo.
I do just want to correct. It is still drained because that will affect its maximum hit points, and I don't. That could be the difference between life and
Yep,
death.
absolutely. How long will it stay drained? What's the duration?
So. Until it gets a rest.
Oh wow, okay. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
right. Yeah, drained is one of those that's just like
It's just
second
there,
until you do something.
That's nasty.
Ah.
Okay.
All right. Well, Ottardo will attempt to finish the creature off. Miss. I think the +2 didn't work, but it wouldn't have changed. He will attempt a second strike. Crit misses. And he will.
Oh wait, no, you're not on the ground.
Yeah, he will finish off by raising his shield.
Okay. And then
Lucca
it
puts
is-
his head in his hands.
Okay,
I
Augrael,
just hyped you up, man.
Augrael takes a moment to analyze its weakness, and then attacks with the middle class bastard. Hits.
Oh, I've killed him.
And I think he finishes it
Wow.
off. Yep. He manages to like find just the right spot, and he uses his weapon in a way where he like just drills it in and then crunches it, using it like for leverage, and smashes through some of the devil's bones, and the whole rib cage crumbles away. The devil just starts to scream in pain as he starts to dissolve from the top. down and just disappears, sent back to hell. Nice work.
Course, that was level was just a job and it wasn't actually.
Okay.
Let's just pat ourselves on the back for the job well.
Oh no, he was certainly going to eat some souls.
Okay.
The real question is, what was he doing in this room, and why was he protecting that door?
Well,
There's either
yes,
something very good or very bad for us in there.
well, shall we find out?
Well,
Hang on, let me turn off my embrace the pit because I'm not embraced anymore.
and before we forget it, add 70 XP to your sheets.
Oh, 70. Nice. Sweet. I don't suppose there's anything else in this room after the devil's gone.
That's a good question. Hang on. Yeah, so you look through the room. The room is it's just walls, floor, ceiling, and the two sets of double doors. And it looks like the carvings that you noticed when you first came in are must have been made by the creature itself, by the bone devil. And they are all infernal or diabolic scribblings. And all of them are these sort of nonsensical, metaphysical, or pseudo-metaphysical questions that he liked to throw around when he was talking to you too. The likes of, who are you if you are no one? When your soul is consumed, do you consume yourself? Where's the beginning of the end? Things of that nature. And it strikes you that um, ironically, for this creature to have been trapped here for so long with no way to be able to relish in torment and inflicting pain on others must have been a very kind of ironic torture for itself. Maybe that's why Blakora summoned it here, or whoever did.
Just
All right.
to leave it here. Oh, well, anyway.
Well, to use it as a guard, but also with a very diabolical sense of humor, torturing it at the same time. Anyway, you open the door to lead on, and as you like touch the handles, you notice that they're noticeably warm. Not hot, but very warm. And you open it up, and you quickly realize why. There's a stairway that takes you to a platform that overlooks a cylindrical chamber. There are some half-melted candles that cover a stone altar that's perched on the platform's edge. Above the altar, there is water slowly dripping from a crack in the ceiling and onto the platform. The droplets immediately evaporate as they hit the stifling heat of the altar. There are 6 heavy chains that suspend a wide metal disc above a magma pool, and the pool illuminates the chamber with an orange glow. You can see that on top of the disc, there is a fiery pentagram featured very visibly. So the air that assaults you as you step in is very hot. It's not gonna cause your skin to burn immediately or something like that, but it's like being in the desert. It would definitely, prolonged exposure would do some damage. The magma appears to be actual magma. And that's all I have to say for now. Sorry. Yeah, so as you kind of approach it and the platform comes into full view, on the far edge of the platform, you notice 2 perched figures. And at first you think, like you see what looks like raven feathers, and you think, oh, the birds down here, how would they make it so deep below the ground? And then the wings twitch and unfold, and you notice that they are much bigger than a raven could possibly be. And with a swift like of the wings, two creatures take flight, and they look like infernal versions of angels. And as they take flight above the magma, apparently completely unfazed by the heat, they swiftly swing around two magical bows that are wreathed in flame, and they call out in diabolic something to the effect of that untrustworthy Iagian couldn't even do the simplest job. Well, he deserved to be banished then. We shall not meet the same fate. Let's get them. Well, let's get them, sister, I guess is what one of them calls out. And they both take flight above the magma right here. And we can launch into initiative because they do not mince words. Okay, I will get us started by rolling for everyone and beginning the encounter. Give me a second. Figure this out. Okay, once again, Augrael starts and he goes, ah! What do we have? He doesn't really have any ranged weapons. That's a problem for him. So he sheathes the middle-class bastard and pulls out a single dagger and looks a little sheepish. Does he really not have a bow or anything? I feel like we've been through this before.
No,
He
he doesn't.
gave it to the drow that ran away with
Oh,
it.
right. He did. A pretty good one, too. Oh, actually, no. He takes out a glue bomb and then kind of like or like tries to push against the wall, back up into the shadows maybe a little bit, and tries to stay in the background, clearly waiting for a moment to strike. That's his turn. And then it is one of the infernal angel-looking things. Which one? This one. Okay, let me see here. Quick check of their tactics. Okay. Speed. Fly speed 40. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move as I'm flying. And it'll move over here. Then let's see what the distance is. Perfect. It'll shoot a volley of flaming arrows at Ottardo. Let's see. I'm missing with the first one. And hitting with the second one for 23 points of damage.
23, yeah.
And then it's Soma's turn.
Okay. So, first. Start. And I think that I'm so will poke him in the back with her, and will cast a a chord reverberating through his body that may very likely is. So, go get him.
Poor Ottardo. Get the flame weakness, and everyone's like, go get him, man.
Well, I mean, I'll give Augrael my bow, okay? Next turn.
Oh, that's right. Some of that damage was fire damage, of course. So Ottardo
Yeah.
took more. Yeah. The
Yeah.
witch fire
Yeah,
amplified
triggered.
stab. Yeah.
Augrael doesn't have silver arrows.
All right, that's your turn.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, Lucca.
I guess I don't have time to really think too much about what they are. So I'm just gonna go straight to the killing stuff. Really wish I hadn't wasted Implement of Destruction on on Ottardo last time. He's like grumbling to himself. He's like, when I say that, you have to actually hit them, Ottardo. You know, it's embarrassing for me. And he is just gonna plop another Whispers of the Void right on top of them, make them both make the save.
They both need to make the save. Okay, so first one, second one. Okay.
Not bad. Okay. So the one that succeeded just takes the 2d8 void. The one that failed does the 48 and drained.
All right,
Great.
got it.
And then last action will be another Embrace the Pit, because they are dealing fire damage.
All right. And then it is the other Irenaeus turn. Let's see here. Yeah. It flies a little bit over here, hovering on top, or kind of stopping its flight over the platform, but still in the air. And it is that. Let's see. It comes within 30 feet of Ottardo. Yes, perfect. And then it like takes some of its hair, and it kind of like comes loose and looks like it's almost like a woven rope. And she lashes out with it, critically hitting Ottardo.
Oh.
And then now let's see what happens. So what happens as soon as it hits you, it a segment of it tears loose and wraps itself around you. And it's very bothering. Like it's imposing effectively a 10-foot circumstance penalty to your speed. And you would have to try to escape it. Okay, let me double check something. And I guess the rope technically counts as a weapon, so it adds. Why is this not working? It's supposed to add just a d10. Understand. Didn't roll that. Oh, because it's persistent fire. Got it. So, yes. So I guess it is, because it's a critical hit, it adds 1d10 persistent fire damage to it. So basically, it's so hot that it burns like fire on your skin, which is, of course, extra dangerous to you. That was one action to fly, one action to do this, and then the third action is firing an arrow. The rope was an attack, so it takes a map on it and misses. And then it's Ottardo's turn. Oh, right. It also takes persistent damage from the whispers from the void. Tries to recover and succeeds, but it's still drained.
Well, Ottardo is going to start by healing himself a bit. And well, next thing I think yeah, he will attempt to escape using athletics.
Mm-hmm. And you escape successfully. And I'll say, since you escape these and they are the cause of the pain, I'll say that this actually removes the persistent damage.
Okay. That leaves him with one action. Let me double check the fly spell. 20 feet. With one action, what can he do? I think he will attempt to look intimidating as, or rather confident, as he bursts that rope open.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see that. I do this. I think that's a success, but it.
Are you rolling against the flat DC or against the other creature's DC?
It's an easy DC of your level.
Okay, so yeah, that's a success. All right.
So that means that he is in dread stance, and it applies. Okay, so everybody gets a bonus to their damage now, as long as they stick close to Ottardo.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Heroic thing. You see, Ottardo, you know, particularly painful for him, and he just lets out a heroic roar and bursts that devilish hair as if it was non-devilish hair. And it's Augrael's turn. I'll say he's gonna mischievous here. He'll move ahead to the edge of the platform, take aim at the Arrhenius that is hovering above the magma, and he's gonna throw the glue bomb. And let's see, misses. So it just goes splat and lands in the magma. Or does it not? Does a glue bomb just need to miss by a little? No, it would have to actually hit. Okay. Oops. Sorry, that was way too much. No, that's not right. Undo, undo. Okay. So it's the Arrhenius turn that he actually threw at just now. And what is it going to do? What's the range of this? Let's see. That's a good thing to do. Come on, where are you? Here. Sorry, I'm taking aim here. Okay, yeah, that's reasonably effective. So it's going to do that. It actually hovers in place and then just shoom, 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 lets out a volley of arrows targeting Augrael first. And I think not taking any maps on that. This counts as one attack for the purpose of the map. Yep. So first one at Augrael. Ooh, that's a critical hit, which is 46 points of damage. Boom. And a d10 persistent fire damage on top of that. Next is Ottardo. And again, full BA or full attack bonus. That's a regular hit for 22 points of damage.
Wow.
And then we have Lucca within range. Once again, full bonus. That's a hit for 13 points of damage. And that's the Arrhenius turn. Soma.
Uh, let's continue. Then start forward and about metal med. Last time DC
Oof.
You know what? I wait to.
All right. And
Wow.
by one, exactly what you needed. 15 points of healing. Excellent.
That would be.
That does nothing with about the persistent damage, though,
I
right?
don't.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes. Fire move.
Okay. Lucca.
Let's see. Sorry, I've been trying to research possible solutions. Not sure I'm coming up with many.
I
I
realized
just
that
want to double check. Did the thing take its persistent damage at the end of its turn?
it didn't because I had skipped ahead by accident. I just fixed
Oh.
that.
Okay.
Took some damage.
So I'm sorry. Augrael has a bow now. Is that what he's been doing? Or
No, he
not?
has nothing.
He has nothing.
He just-
Great.
He threw a glue
Okay.
bomb and that's gone.
And Souma is just keeping people alive, and Ottardo has been stuck in place. Okay. Well, it looks like it's up to me to deal all the damage. They're okay. They're. Oh, did she? The one lady, she passed her void damage. She passed her flat check. The Araignées.
Yep.
The second one, it looks like.
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll make a check first of all to recall knowledge on these things because
Okay.
I don't actually know their Araignées. So
Yep, that would be the lore.
the lore devils. Hang on. Where is it? Proficiencies, devil lore.
Okay, that's yeah. So they are known as arena, known as Furies. They are vengeance and bloody justice, incarnate essentially. They appear as fallen angels. First Erinyes even share that origin. But these days they originate in a myriad of ways. Some can be promoted from lesser devils, and others aped from lemurs, themselves forged from the souls of torturers and prosecutors. Yeah, they have a fascinating history. Are masters of corruption, architects of conquest. They seek both to tempt mortal life, and also to spread tyranny. You can ask me 1, 2, 3 questions.
3 questions. I mean, assuming they're immune to fire, and weak to the normal stuff. Let's see. I guess lowest save.
That is fortitude and will.
Oh, and will. Okay.
Actually, will technically because fortitude is only because of the drained.
Right.
So will is the lowest.
Will. Okay. Spell casting.
They can cast spells. They can use them offensively. And they also have some infiltration spells.
Okay. And I guess I guess I'll just double check the resistances and immunities.
Immune to fire and resistance to physical 5, except silver, and poison 10.
Okay. Lucca will try to quickly relay all of this. And I've got to cast something at them. I can do this within 30 feet, so I'm gonna wait to see if Ottardo actually gets out there. In the meantime, this is only what, 15 feet? 15 feet? Shoot. I mean, I guess I'm gonna do this in the hopes that Ottardo can get his act together. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Sorry. I'm going to put 2 actions into the wand that's in my hand, which is level 2 wand of heal, and I'm going to cast it on Ottardo because he's already kind of beat up. And it
Okay.
won't do Augrael any good. Where spell casting activations? There we go. Wow. Wait, I think it's a level. I thought it was a level 2 wand.
I
Let me
don't
make sure
know.
I've got the.
It is here. It's spell 1.
It is a level 2 wand. So why did it? Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so just add it. Is it adding a d8 or what would? Oh, there it is. Amount of healing increases by d8. Yeah. And the extra healing for the 2-action version increases by 8. So it's
This
is it
is
now
so
2d8 plus 16?
So it should
yeah.
basically just be doubled. So I'll roll it. I'll roll that one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 21 points of healing.
Okay.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, and then we have that other Irenes kind of like hovering over that platform, and it takes aim, and it also unleashes a furious fusillade at everyone. So we'll start with poor Augrael, who is missed this time around. And then it is Souma, and also missed. Wow, you guys are a little lucky right now. What's up with that platform? I'll just move it
Funny,
aside.
I don't feel very lucky.
Ottardo
Instead.
gets hit for 21 points.
There goes all the healing.
Well, I guess good thing you did. Oh, and there's a critical hit for
I
Lucca.
guess I'm going to turn into a pile of bones now.
All right, halving that damage. So that'll be 15. Oh, you can have it, right? Do
Yeah.
that. And you have some resistances that help apparently.
And
Okay.
I have resistance to fire, so
Yeah. All right. So Furious Fusillade takes the whole round. So that was its turn, and then it's Ottardo.
Are they more or less on our elevation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So Ottardo is going to use his defensive advance, which will allow him to. Well, let me double check that. Does it allow any mode of movement?
it just lets you stride, right? Which you stride when you fly.
You can while burrowing, climbing, flying. Okay, so he will do that. He will try twice. And strike twice, raise his shield. And as part of those 2 actions, he will attempt to land a strike
You hit.
on the Irenes. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry,
wait.
what did I do?
Well, that was a little prescient because as you cause damage to it, it reactively casts a spell. And I don't need you to do a fortitude save because it feels like it is revengefully reflecting its pain onto you. Let's see that for you, but you shake off most of it. Target takes mental damage equal to half the amount and a basic fortitude. Okay, so you would take a quarter of that, so that would make it 5.
5 points of mental damage. Okay.
Yeah.
And for his last action, I think he'll just attempt to strike her again
Okay.
and
And-
miss.
And then it's Augrael who stands there and cheers for the silver hatchet, like glistening in the reflections of the magma. Quite the heroic situation, but he has very little to add right now. Looks around for something helpful. He like looks at the alchemist fire on his belt and realizes, this is and I guess he's just gonna delay. Which it was yeah, let's just do the
Can he
persistent
just
damage
note
now.
his
Yes, like try to get rid of it.
Oh, yes, right. Okay, so he'll spend 3 actions on that until he finally gets rid of it. Okay, so then I can take that damage back because he actually ended it. Yep, so that's what he does. He spends his turn putting out the fire, and then it is the Irini's turn. 30-foot cone hovering in place. It will I can't, yes. Let's see. Where is the template? Here it is. So if it chooses this corner and then brings this around like that. Come on. Okay, so that would make it so that Ottardo and Augrael are in the zone and Souma too, but not Lucca. Is that right? It's very annoying with the template. Can't zoom while I have the template on. Yeah, I think that's right. So we'll have one arrow comes flying at Ottardo. And it's a miss, I guess. Why is that? Because I really rolled a 2. Great. And then an arrow comes flying at Augrael, which is a miss, and an arrow at Souma. That's a hit. And 22 points of various kinds of damage. And then it's your turn. Oh, hang on. First, it'll take the persistent damage, try to recover, but fails once again.
Yes. Suffer.
well, let's hangings. First, let's fire. Tap Augrael. Hands.
Oh,
That's my last 4th rank.
there you go. Pretty good, though. Lucca.
Lucca is let's see what's he gonna do.
Prone?
He's prone. Yeah, I'm not even sure he's gonna stand up. So, oh no, he has to because he collapsed. The only thing he can
Oh,
do
right.
is get back up per the ability. So he has to spend his first action to stand again.
Reforming.
And yeah, he kind of reforms. His skull floats up, and then all of the bones underneath float up into place beneath it. And I guess we're gonna try the same drill we did before. He's like, "Ottardo, you better not embarrass me this time." Hey, you! He points to the air and he says, "That thing is gonna kill you." He's referring to Ottardo's hatchet. As he casts the spell again. Implement of destruction. And it has to make a will save.
Okay, it's the one right next to Ottardo, right?
Yeah, yeah. Damage.
So it's a 2d6 for the
Yeah.
first time. Yeah.
The next time he hits, it'll deal 2d6 more. Okay. That's all he's got.
All right.
I'm out
Well,
of
that's
fourth
pretty
level
good.
spots.
Okay, so then we have the Inverness right next to Ottardo. Hmm. I guess it is. Yeah, being forced into close quarter combat here with the with bow, it's kind of tricky at a close range. So it's gonna drop down. Just it's been hovering basically right above the platform. Anyway. So that's a free action. Drop its bow, which is magically attached to her anyway, and then she's going to swing a longsword that she draws and swings once and twice, and that's 2 misses. And that's its turn. Ottardo.
He will start by raising his shield, and
Don't forget,
it's still.
you have to spend an action flying. Remember,
Oh,
unless
you are right.
want to,
Hmm.
unless you want to touch down. Yeah.
You are right. You are right. Well, in that case, he is going to do his defensive advance to get to the same height as the Erinis.
I mean, she dropped down. She was hovering above the platform. Both of you were basically right above the platform, and now she dropped down to attack you. So you could also just, as a free action, drop down onto the platform.
So she was like 5 feet above the platform and dropped down to it. Is that
Hardly even 5 feet, right above it.
okay? So it's like she stopped flying and just
Yep.
landed there.
Yeah.
Okay. So if Ottardo doesn't maintain movement this turn, he would drop down similarly, or
Yep.
would he have to spend an action to do it?
Nope. You can just, as a free action, drop down.
Okay. Okay. So he will do that. One action to raise his shield, and then he will, I guess, sort of duel the creature. Wow. He'll
Ottardo, what are
reroll
you doing?
that. Yes, he'll reroll point that.
Okay. Well, much better. And the 17 points turn into 22 as the holiness of the weapon.
And don't
takes
forget the
effect.
2d6.
That's right. 2d6 of mental damage. Let's see that. It is.
First time it hits the 15.
Wow.
Okay, so it's just once. Okay.
Powerful fourth level magic.
Yes.
Well, on a
Wow.
success. It's on a success. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's Ottardo's turn.
Yep.
And then it is Augrael, who was just waiting for the opportunity. He draws the poor bastard, comes striding up here, and targets the Erinis. Tries to stab her. Where is the poor bastard? Oh, the middle class bastard. There we go. Hits.
Nice.
36 points of damage.
I think
Mhm.
you have to fix something there in the damage, because I think sneak attack is applied twice.
2d6, 2d6. There was something about that he had been struggling with before. Should it be just 2d6 at this level? I mean, he's pretty high level.
I think so, because
Where is the sneak attack?
sneak
Yeah, you're
attack
right.
is
It's definitely doing it twice.
If you strike a creature that has off guard, do an extra 1d6 as you roll. Increase the number by 1 at 5th. And then at 11. Okay, so it should only be 2d6. And why is it doing that? Okay, so that's 11. So I'll take 8 points off. Plus 8. Okay. All right, but that's his turn. And then it is the other Eriny's turn, which is going to help her sister by stowing the bow flying over here. Storing the bow is a free action, so she can draw a long sword, strike Ottardo, but critically. And that's her turn. Souma. Oh, wait, I always forget the ongoing damage that comes first. So glad I have this reminder. Okay, it continues to fail or save. Now it's your turn, Souma.
Let's everyone alive. So, Ottardo.
That's your turn. Lucca.
Oh, what, me already? Luca considers the acid flask in his belt. He shakes his head. He says, "No, I'm not that desperate." He is going to. What wands do I? Oh yeah, they're in my sleeves. I keep forgetting that. I have another wand of heal. I think I've got. I mean, they're in okay shape for now. I guess. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna use one action to swap my wand to the wand, another wand of healing. So we're gonna stow this one. We're gonna pull out this one. And then for now, I'm going to use 2 actions to cast Void Warp, which is Chill Touch by another name, on the one that's near death, and just see if I can't finish it off, or at least get it closer. All right, so it will take however much. Oh, it takes 5d4, which is a miserable 10 points of damage.
But puts it, well, continues to put it near death, I guess. But is it
All
say
right.
Lucca?
Yep, that's it.
Oh, I guess I had you highlighted still.
I accidentally hit a button.
Okay. All right, then it's the Irani's turn that is near death. It is flanked by Augrael and furious. It is so angry. And it'll try. I guess that's the best it can hope for. What's the range? 5 creatures. Interesting. It can actually select 5 creatures. So that's all 4 of you. And you all 4 need to give me a will save.
Wow.
No, I knew it would. Oh wait, that was the other creature. A will save.
Turtle. Frightened 1.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Frightened 3 and fleeing.
That's my best save.
Wow.
Soma frightened
All right,
3.
good luck, Ottardo.
Fleeing. Well, it looks like you got this covered here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Girl
Oh
fails.
no!
Wow.
Well, he's not fleeing, but he's frightened too. Okay, well, that was. She was hoping to get out of this, and she cackles, even though she's badly hurt, near death, but she cackles and just swings her long sword furiously at Ottardo, but so furious that she completely fails to land anything close to a blow. All right, Ottardo, your turn.
Ottardo will raise his shield and then swing back at the same Aranis. Miss. Wow. Wait. Yeah, I guess 2 misses. Yeah. That's Ottardo's turn.
Okay. And then it's Augrael, who is where he is. He is frightened, but he's not gonna let Ottardo face these two by themselves, even though he can kind of go back up and halfway out of the room. Augrael, the middle class bastard, hit for, well, not 17, but 3 less, so 14, and that is enough to bring this devil, or to send this devil back to hell. And that leaves Augrael with 2 more actions, so he one action to all the way around until he is once again in a flanking position and uses his 3rd action to strike, missing the already slightly injured Irenes, whose turn comes up next. Let's see. At the end of your turn, the value of a frightened condition decreases by 1, which I think happened automatically. So now it's the Irenes' turn. Sees the other 2 fly or start fleeing. He's got the longsword in hand. Augrael is a little more annoying, but not really. But he just struck down at her sister, so yeah. So she's gonna let out a wail of rage, and then takes a flying step over here. 2nd action, attack Augrael once, critically
So,
hitting.
quick
Yes.
question: Is flying step a possibility?
Does it trigger anything if she doesn't step?
No. Just the question: Can you do step with any type of
I
movement?
believe if you have the kind of speed, you can take you carefully move 5 feet. Speed is at least 10 feet. You carefully move
It says
5 feet.
you can't step using a speed other than your land speed.
Okay, there it is. Okay, so it's not a formal step. It's just a 5-foot move.
Ah,
Nonetheless, it's a critical hit. 46 points of damage.
oof.
Okay, this is gonna get dangerous because if he falls into the magma below,
Yeah.
it'll be reminiscent of the Lord of the Rings. But
Well, he still has his hero points, so
okay, so he still has some hit points left.
Dead.
Also starts to take the persistent damage. And that was 1 action, 2 actions. So now comes the 3rd action, which is another longsword. Oh, I actually did the wrong damage here. I used the longbow instead of the longsword. So let me fix that. Undo
That's
the
actually probably
damage.
better, right? Because
It is better.
longbow
It
has
is,
piercing, or has
yeah,
deadly. I mean,
it is 30. It is 34 instead of 46. So we'll take this. 32 even just. All right. So where are we? 2nd action. And you 3rd action with the map to strike again, but misses. Okay. All right. This is dangerous, but still doable. Soma, you're fleeing
we're
for the round,
fleeing. Yeah.
and so is Lucca. And then it is Ottardo's turn.
the 2 of us just run down the hallway together. Let's get out of here. Luca's like, they've come to drag me back to hell. That's their whole thing. That's what they do.
And as you run away, you hear a tiny voice in that on that set of stairs. As you run down those stairs, you hear a tiny voice, kind of in passing, that just goes like "Tch, tch, tch, tch. I thought as much." In diabolic.
Wait, do I see a soul? Do I see an invisible life-sensed creature, soul-sensed
You
creature?
you sense the presence of a tiny soul or a tiny creature.
There's a tiny
Uh,
soul behind us! He yells as he's running. Run!
as he runs away. Ottardo, your turn.
Well, Ottardo is frustrated that he could not uh, intervene in the previous blow because he can't actually step by flying. So now he will use his defensive advance to flank again. Oof. Miss and miss again. Wow.
Okay, I did forget to apply continuous damage. Oh man, keeps failing. Okay, so you missed both of those attacks. Augrael, always the hero. But I don't want to be responsible for him falling into the magma. So I think what he's gonna do is he's going to attack first of all. So he's gonna try to strike with yes.
Yes.
I think Argyle has done the most damage to me.
Yeah. Definitely.
Augrael's been on fire today, which is a shame.
It's-
Don't forget,
he's
it's doubling
literally
the
on
sneak
fire.
attack still, though.
Yeah, and he's literally on fire. All right, so that's 11 points of damage. And then he's using yet an attack. Like I said, always the hero. But then the third action, he moves away and ends his turn, which is going to trigger the continuous. Takes that damage, still on his feet, rolls to recover, crit succeeds. Damn,
Damn.
he's always badass. All right, and then it is the Erinny's turn, who turns around to face Ottardo, the immediate threat, of course, and tries to strike you once for 17 points of damage.
Oh
Twice,
no!
gonna be critical, 28, and you catch on fire. And then the third action it uses to hover in place. Okay, so yeah, you bring your shield in and it just heats up. It starts to melt from the forceful blow. Soma, you're no longer fleeing. It's always the worst part of it, is the slinking back to the combat. All right. And then it's Lucca's turn.
Lucca's like, maybe I should stay here. But he will run back. Now he's like sensing that little life thing as he runs past it again. It's like, we'll deal with you in a minute.
Yeah, and you hear that like that voice again going like, I guess you didn't learn your lesson the first time, huh? And then it's Otardo's turn.
Ottardo will raise his shield and then he will move closer to the platform. And finish off with the strike against the Erinyes.
All right. Oh, and there's a hit. Burying your holy axe in there for badly injuring it, but far from taking it down. Augrael, let's see. Do we have anything to? We do have an oil of unlife, so he rubs that all over himself. Heals for a whooping 9 points. And man, I guess he sees Soma come back in, and so he hopes that she has got something to help him. So he's gonna move 1, 2. What's the fly speed? 40?
20.
20. Well,
Or is it 20 or land speed?
a flight speed equal to its speed or 20, whichever is greater. Yeah, good catch. So that'll be enough to make it across, and he kind of like hovers over that altar and looks at Soma, flesh like falling off his skull, clearly badly near death. All right, the Erinyes. It's just gonna keep attacking with the chance, send him down into the fiery pit. So that's a hit for 23. Follows up with another hit
Uh,
for 21. And that's it.
Well,
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Oh man, I didn't think I would actually do this. So target can start gaining fly speed. Okay. So what happens if you lose consciousness while under the effect of the spell?
a fly? I mean, he's not going to be able to spend an action to stay aloft, so
Oh, I see. So on his initiative, he's gonna not be able to spend the action. So that's when he starts falling. And he moves in initiative to right
just before
before
the
the
creature.
creature that triggers his unconsciousness. So you have a round to figure out how to help him. The Erinis uses her third action to fly over here, and then that's her turn. She takes the damage from the whispering still, but finally shakes that effect off, and then it's Soma's turn.
Well, I mean, Augrael, of course, positioned himself right before the sacrificial altar, but I've already battle medicine him once this combat, so I can't actually do anything for him. What I can do is I can cast Soothe on unconscious body of Ottardo. So rise up, Ottardo.
Oh wow, okay. So you see him like lose consciousness, maybe start very slowly losing altitude.
And Soma strikes another body cord on her that overpowers the roaring of magma that brings back to
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part. What was her last action?
the last action. Action is to inspire defense.
All right. Lucca.
Lucca looks at Augrael there. He reaches out a bony hand and smacks him. He says, "How dare you come to Soma for unholy healing when I'm standing right here?" Casts harm on him.
All right, and he looks sheepishly at you and says, "I'm sorry, I'm not myself."
13 points. And I have one last action, which, God, I don't know what to do with it. I guess I will use it to try to frighten the creature. That's classic. I said, "Oh, we're all back in the room now. You're dead, 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 dead." He's not particularly eloquent at the moment.
We just had to get something really important.
I just have to, yes. And he will try to intimidate. Wow! Wow!
Yeah,
Oh my god!
that is not enough.
Okay, well that's my turn.
Okay, Augrael. Back around. He's gonna stay where he is. I think he's just gonna delay on Ottardo acts. Hoping that that'll give him a chance to flank again because he sees that he's. Oops, nope. Sorry. Where am I here? Seeing that Ottardo has regained consciousness, it's your turn, Ottardo.
So question: what
Mhm.
would happen to the hatchet? Because I'm seeing that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
That's right. You let go of everything. And whew, how quickly does stuff fall down? Would you be able
I
to
mean, it's
catch
not
it?
under the effects of the fly spell. It would fall immediately, right?
It would fall immediately, but I remember that there was stuff falls down at a certain amount of feet per round.
It's a lot. It's like 500 feet per
Yeah,
round or
it's
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it went glunk, and it is consumed by the magma.
Okay,
Ah.
well,
I didn't even think of that. Man, I bet you're glad you didn't use your flick mace. Although, wow, yeah, that was a +1 striking silver hatchet. Oh,
yeah,
That was not nothing.
yeah. Well, I guess he has to spend one action to stand upright anyway. Then he would draw his, where is it? His flick mace. So with one action remaining, the creature is out of reach. I think he has to just. Can he? He can barely make it over a ledge. So we'll just fly over to
why do you have one
relative
action?
safety.
What was your actions here? So you move one, you draw.
One to stand up, one to draw the weapon, and one to move.
Well, I mean, you can't really be prone. You're flying anyway.
I-
I'd say that in this particular circumstance, the prone effect does not apply really.
Okay. If he's not prone, then he would have used what's it called? Defensive advance with 2 actions
Mm-hmm.
to move, raise his shield, and finish off with a strike.
And where did you move exactly? Where you are right now?
Yeah.
Onto the ledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see the strike. That's a hit. Roll the damage. 15. Okay. And it casts a retributive or reactive spell here. So I'm
Wow.
going you to do that 40 save.
Ugh.
And you fail, which means you take half of the damage that you afflicted.
So 7.
Okay, and then it's its turn. Wait, no, that's not true because actually first is Augrael, who's still flying. He flies around the creature, whoop, and targets it.
Shouldn't it be the Irenie's turn because
No, he delayed. He
because
intentionally.
Ottardo's unconsciousness should have moved it to just before.
But Augrael was before Ottardo, and then he delayed until.
Oh, okay.
All right, so one action to move over here, one action to strike
Ooh.
critically.
Oh my god!
Oof.
What the?
It's like nobody messes with Ottardo. He comes like righteous anger. I mean, these things, fury and wrath made form, and Augrael for a second there looks like he's righteous anger made flesh as he comes flying around and just uses the full momentum to kill himself. No, to to bring the middle class bastard. He goes so far through that he almost drives it into Ottardo as the falls away and kind of burns up even before it can hit the magma. And great job, Augrael.
Quick, grab it before
Yeah,
all its cool
oh.
gear goes in the lava.
Yeah, I think Augrel's performance deserves him a hero point or something.
Yes. All right.
I
So
think his damage is still wrong. I mean, I'm sure it was enough to kill the thing anyway, but it still
Yeah.
looks like it's doubling the sneak attack.
it is, and but way enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 80 XP for everyone as I
Oh.
end counter here, and then Augrael comes to join you all on that ledge as well.
What's the XP total? I mistyped and said
80.
it. 80.
Oh, the total. I am at 391.
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. So you all look down at the magma as you were like I guess you quickly check each other and you're like, okay. And you look down at the magma. You see that silver hatchet kind of like half submerged in the magma, starting to melt, probably, even though it is magic. But it's just taking tremendous damage with every passing second.
Maybe I can
At
actually
risk
help
of
it.
hang on. At risk of sinking further and further into the depth. And you hear that tiny little voice again, this time in common. And Lucca, you sense its presence basically right behind you at the stairs. It goes, looks like you dropped something, huh? And that's where we're gonna drop it for today. Stop it, not drop it.
Peasant little imp.
All right.